Campus Evolution, 1996 to 2026. This is what the Shaw University campus looked like in the 1990s. Catalog 1993. It is reported that Shaw University was on the verge of closing in the 1990s due to high debt. Talbert O. Shaw, president of Shaw University from 1987 to 2002, had to overcome these hurdles. It appears that total debts had reached nearly $5 million. Some of the debt dated back to the redevelopment project in 1960s. Some buildings were in very poor condition. Banks wouldn't honor checks. It was very grim, said President Talbert O. Shaw. In the early 1990s, the university launched the campaign, Wings for the Future. The goal of $25 million was reached, ahead of schedule, thanks to a major donation of $10 million from 1971 Shaw graduate, Willie E. Gary. In honor of Willie E. Gary, the Student Union building was renamed the Willie E. Gary Student Center. The Science Building, which has been called the Nicholas F. Roberts Science Hall, was also renovated. St. Hall was also renovated after being vacant for 20 years. In 1996, a 5-story education center, called the Talbert O. Shaw Living, Learning Center, opened northeast of the campus. Talbert O. Shaw is credited with successfully turning the university around during his 15-year term. The university was able to pay off its debts. During the presidency of Talbert O. Shaw, the number of students increased. And Leonard Hall, which had been damaged by a fire in 1886, was also renovated and restored. Renovation work on Leonard Hall was completed in 2000. Leonard Hall was built in 1881 and was known as Leonard Medical School from 1882 to 1918. A rear wing was added in 1912. A first renovation took place in 1942. In the aerial view from the 1959 catalog, Leonard Hall can be seen without its pitched roofs. In 1986, a fire caused significant damage. And in 2000, Leonard Hall was now restored and reopened. The 2005 catalog shows a new building, behind the 9-story men's dormitory building. The Performing Arts Center. And in 2008, an extension was added to the science building, called the Institute for Health, Social, and Community. This building was then named the Dorothy Yancy Building. Dorothy Yancy was the first female, black president of Shaw University. In 2011, a tornado hit Raleigh, North Carolina, causing significant damage. Shaw University was located in the center of the tornado. Caused some damage to the university campus. By 2012, university life was already back in full force. Shaw University, Campus Evolution. (1865 to 2026). About Raleigh, North Carolina. Raleigh was named after Sir Walter Raleigh. Raleigh was selected in 1788 as the site for the new capital of North Carolina. A 400-acre area was subdivided for the new planned city of Raleigh. Around 1813-1816, and a new residence, popularly known as the Palace, was built for the governor at the end of Fayetteville Street. The new government house was already marked on the 1834 map. Above the Capitol building, Lot 211, labeled EP Guyon, can be seen. It was in this hotel that Henry Martin Tupper began his first literacy classes for formerly enslaved African Americans in 1865. The property 31, which Tupper purchased in 1866, where the first school church was built, belonged to Priscilla Shaw until 1847. Priscilla Shaw died in 1847 and was the widow of William Shaw. William and Matthew Shaw were among Raleigh's first citizens. It is fascinating that the first school building of what would later become Shaw University was built on land owned by a woman named Shaw. After Priscilla Shaw died, her properties were transferred to an estate administrator, from whom Henry Martin Tupper, likely, purchased Lot 31. This map from 1865 shows how Raleigh was surrounded during the Civil War by a defensive wall built by the Confederates using slave labor. The wall failed to stop the Union Army, and the Confederates lost the Civil War in 1865. At the bottom of the map, you can see a large property that Henry Martin Tupper was able to purchase from the Barringer family in 1870. Starting in 1870, school buildings were constructed on this site, for former African American slaves, which gave rise to Shaw University.